Hello, it's been a couple of weeks since I last uploaded. In terms of work on my app foundations, I took a bit of a break and decided to, have kind of a holiday from both that and my actual job. So I've been working 3 days a week and spending a bit of time just relaxing. Went and saw my grandparents, which was good. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I approach the app, and that sort of led me to thinking about how I approach things more generally in my life and how much time I'm wasting on things that aren't, you know, making me happier or more productive or helping me relax so that I can do those things better when I need to. So I decided it would be a good idea, and I may come to regret this, to basically spend a year doing everything the way that I know I should and I can, and see how things turn out at the end of that year. So that's every aspect of my life, doing it the way that I should. Not, perfect 100% all the time, but near enough that I feel like, I gave it my best shot for this year, and seeing how it turns out in the end. So I've got a list of everything for where I'm at now, and then also where I want to be in a year. So I tried to get as many different aspects of my life as I could, and we'll see where we're at now and where I'm trying to be in a year. So right now I'm 27, about 27 and a half, so by the time this year's over I'll be 28 and a half roughly. I've been single for 4 years, living by myself in Sydney right now. In terms of being single, I've dated, but not really that consistently or that well, I don't think. In terms of, putting yourself out there or trying to go on dates and meet new people and all that sort of thing, I think I could definitely do better. As well as that, my friend group is fairly small, so like close friends are fairly small. I'd say, I've got maybe a handful, and I would like to expand that more, meet new people, and that sort of ties into dating properly as well. Because I think I would like to try and date, more organically than just through apps all the time and things like that. So there's that. There's my job. So I work in Sydney, and I work 5 days a week, like a 9 to 5, or in my case, a 7 to 3, because I start quite early. That's a 5-figure job currently, and I'm not saving that much money. I'm spending a lot of money on, rent and things like that. So that's something else. My sort of exercise and weight, I weigh 85 kilograms, and I exercise at the moment 2 to 3 times a week, lifting around 32 kilograms on my barbell. I've got it like under where I'm standing here. My personal best is 79 kilograms for weight, exercising 4 or 5 times a week, and lifting 42 kilograms on that same barbell, so about 10 kilograms more. For food, I fluctuate between eating a well-balanced lean diet of meat and vegetables, with every now and again like periods of binging because I really love sugar. And I will revert to eating lots of sugary foods. So I want to spend this entire year without any sugar. I think for me, and I don't know if other people are the same, but for me, I find it much easier to say like nothing rather than, a little bit, or under certain circumstances. Nothing is much easier to me because I can just be like, nope, doesn't matter the circumstance, this is just how it's going to be. For my app, I think I have a good idea, but my momentum kind of faltered, and I am struggling to implement things. I'm in a bit of a rut, and I think that what I need to get out of it is quite consistent work on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis, but I haven't been doing that. I kind of reached that issue point and then stopped. So I definitely think that could be improved. I don't meditate or journal or go to therapy at all. I do have life coaching every other week, but I think that doing some of those daily activities like journaling and meditating, as well as getting to go to therapy and that sort of thing, might be good to help me work on a lot of the background stuff in my life that's going to help me support, this whole process, and also more specifically putting a lot of time into building my app out. Japanese, I've been studying for probably like 3 years now, and I think my Japanese has probably been quite stagnant for at least the last 6 months or so, if not longer. So I would like to go from N3 level-ish, where I am now, to N2. So I'd like to pick that up a bit more. I don't get out into nature that often or do outside hobbies all that much. I think I would very much like to, and I think that ties in with finding different friends and new activities. So there's that. I also have a book idea, a fictional story that I have been thinking about for years now, but never, put pen to paper on. So I'd like to set aside some time to do that. And lastly, I think I spend way too much time on YouTube and other, distractions that don't really do much for me, that I don't even really find them that relaxing. I just kind of doom scroll. So that's not very good. I also thought it would be good to set out by comparison what I would want in a year's time, so that when I'm done with this experiment, I can look back and be like, okay, did I meet all of my goals and my expectations, or did I exceed any of them? So yeah, in a year's time, I'll be 28 and a half, as I mentioned. These are my goals for then. In a relationship, or confidently searching and dating regularly. So, either in that relationship or making progress, or, feeling like I can confidently try to improve that situation. Meeting new people and making new and meaningful friendships and relationships. Working abroad if this app takes off in that time. However, if not, hopefully getting to 6 figures at my current job, or moving interstate into a different role, and that's something that I'm working on and discussing at the moment. Spending and saving more responsibly as well is another thing. So hopefully I'll have more money to save there. In terms of weight, I would like to get down to 75 kilograms, exercising 4 to 5 times a week, and then get back to lifting that 42 kilogram weight that I had been before. I don't want to go any higher than that, or I think that 42 again is, quite a reasonable or even stretch goal, because I will be weighing less than I did when I was lifting that before. I probably weighed like 87, 88 when I was lifting that before. Continuing to eat a well-balanced diet with no unnatural sugars and no binging. I think in terms of the sugars that I want to eat, it'll just be, fruit and things like that. So watermelon, strawberries, raspberries, that sort of thing, rather than a lot of that refined sugar. In terms of the app, I would like to have completed and shipped it, as well as be working on the school program that I want to put together for how other people can do the same thing. Meditation and journaling, I would like to be a daily practice, as well as going to therapy, if not having, been through it and been at a better place by that point. Also maintaining life coaching. Continuing to improve my Japanese, so I would like to achieve N2 level, as I think I mentioned, and work towards that fluency. That's sort of like a lifetime goal, but continue to take steps in that rather than be kind of stagnant like I am now. Regularly go out for hikes or other natural activities, so not every day or even every week, but not have it be just something that I would do once every 6 months or something like that. I would like it to be kind of regular, whatever that is. I'd like to be working on my book as well. I don't think that will be finished in a year by any means, and I think it's more of a long-term, just whenever I have inspiration or have a chance to look at it type project, but that's fine. And lastly, I would like to remove all of the sort of doom scrolling type activities that I've accumulated. The main one right now is YouTube, but in the past it's been like Twitter or Reddit. I don't want it to be like that anymore. I don't want any of those things. So today is July 22nd, and today is actually the second day that I've been on this year-long path. And today I've basically spent a lot of time getting everything set up the way that I want it to be. So I have, can't see it, but on my wall over here, I have tracking for exercise and weight like I did previously. I used to do that in the past, but I stopped a while ago. So I've got that back. I've also got a daily and weekly schedule for things that I want to achieve every day, and, you know, rough times and lengths of time that I want to do those. I think in terms of my app, I've currently got about, maybe it's like 18 hours per week looking at that. Initially I had that as more, but I think that when I was doing more than that, initially when I was making it, I was making good progress, but it was quite unsustainable and I burnt myself out on it, which has, you know, contributed to why I haven't worked on it in the last few weeks. So this time, at least in the beginning, I'm trying to be a bit more sustainable in terms of how I do things. So hopefully that will come through. I tried to give myself enough time for relaxation as well, and enough time for those things like meditation and journaling, that they are meaningful activities. So hopefully that works out as well. When I went to try and start yesterday, 21st of July, it was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. So I was like, the night before I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna, you know, take on the entire world, and today's the start of my new journey and all this stuff. And then I woke up at, I think it was like 4:50 a.m. with the most terrible stomach pain ever. And I was like, oh God. And I spent pretty much, actually no, all the morning into the afternoon at the doctor's trying to, you know, get some way to relieve the pain essentially. So that was that day. And then by the time I got home in the afternoon, I was still in pain and I was so exhausted, and I was like, damn, okay, today is a bit of a write-off. Let me do what I can, but we'll get into it tomorrow. So I woke up today, and again, I was like, oh, I've got back pain now, and I've got a massive headache, and it's like, it's 7 a.m, it's when I was meant to get up, but like, I can't do this. So I took some Nurofen and I went back to bed for a couple of hours. And I think that that's good, because I didn't feel too guilty about it, and I was like, okay, this is, you know, not ideal for what I want, but it's realistic. Like, there's no point me getting up and just hating my life for an extra 2 hours. I wouldn't have got any work done anyway. So, not off to the best start, but tomorrow I'm back at work in my office, and it'll be a more regular cadence of things for how, you know, week to week things will go over the next year. So I think it'll be a bit better. After I'm done with this, recording this video, I'm going to go and have a run and do a bit of work on the app and sort of slowly get my way into it. And then from tomorrow, I think we're on track. So what to expect from this channel going forward? Because I think up until now, I've very much been focused on just my app. And I think that focus is still going to remain. I want to do those weekly videos on progress, and I definitely don't want to drop those. However, I think there may also be smaller updates on other things to do with this journey that I'm on now. And, you know, the whole point of the channel was originally that app, but the name of the channel is Free Journey. So some more of that journey aspect might, come into it from now on. I might leave it there then, but stay tuned for the next update on Sunday, the next coming weekend. And yeah, here's to a good year of living how we can, living how we're supposed to see what it looks like on the other end.